Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have an Acer Aspire 315, and the exact model for this one is an A315-24P-R2AG. That information can be found on the bottom of the laptop on the sticker or on the BIOS or on the box. That information is right over here. That's the exact model for it. All right, and in this video, I'm going to take you on a step-by-step how you can open it up and how you can replace or upgrade the storage for the laptop. They do get shipped up with 256 gig and 500 gig. And you can check the manual. They'll tell you, maximum that you can go is 500 gig or 1 terabyte, stuff like that. That's a bogus number. We have upgraded these laptops up to 4 terabyte with no problem. And I'm going to cover that. Just remember, by replacing the main storage SSD in here, you're not going to have any operating system on the new one. So what I recommend you guys to do, to check my videos, how to create your Windows 11 USB boot drive, create that one. And once you have the new storage in here, pop in the USB drive stick and just follow Windows installation guide. Follow any of my Windows installation guide if you want to have a clean Windows at the end with no bloatware, affiliated programs, anything like that. Just follow any of my installation, and you be inside the window within 5 to 10 minutes, and few Windows update, and you're ready to go. And when you remove the storage that you have in here, this is NVMe M.2, you can purchase yourself a what's called external NVMe enclosure. You can pop in your oldest SSD in here and put it inside an enclosure, and then you will have yourself a portable storage. So that's another good thing to have. So USB 3 portable, you can take advantage of that. And then you can plug in, once you install the Windows, via USB, the old drive, and pull back your data. All right, so let's get into it, and let me show you guys how to access that storage and replace it. First thing first, you need a good screwdriver set. I would recommend you guys to get the iFixit screwdriver set, as they have one of the best screwdrivers out there. I purchased myself this basic tool set. You're going to use a Phillips #1. If you get the Pro set, they will give you an opening tool, some tweezers. If not, grab yourself a metallic guitar pick and a curved straight tweezers. All right, down here, we're going to see a whole bunch of screws. We're going to start removing all the screws. All the screws are the same size and height, so don't worry about mismatching them. Go ahead and start from one corner and remove all the screws and keep them in a single pile. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you find my videos helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking the like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. It helps and motivates me to make more videos, take requests, and answer your questions in the comment area. I appreciate that. Now that we remove all the screws, we're going to grab the opening tool. In this case, we're going to start from the front end of the laptop, because we know there's a speaker and the battery. There's no electronics in there almost. Stick it there about 1 or 2 millimeters and then twist it backward. And you want to hear those big click sounds. That's what you want to hear. You want to do this all around in the front and to the sides. I'm going to stick about 1 or 2 millimeters. Somebody tried to open it and they just dent the plastic, I guess. Always use a guitar pick, I would recommend. Go to the back corner, left and right side. Once you did that, now all you need to do, you don't need to do the back, there's electronics, just do the sides and bring it up, wiggle around, and it will release the back row. All right, there's the bottom case. Now down here, we got the inside the big battery, and we can see right away there's only one space for M.2 here. This one, it is, if I'm not mistaken, a 512 gigabyte Western Digital. To remove this one, you do not need to disconnect the battery. But if you do want to disconnect the battery, there will be a gaffer's tape like this over. Remove the gaffer's tape. And you want to put your fingers on the side of this jack and pull it back straight. But if not, I do not recommend you guys to disconnect it, because there's nothing you can go wrong with it. As long as you power off, it's safe to touch and remove. Just remove one screw at the back of the storage, and the SSD will be right there. Now, a little bit of push from here, and the SSD, you can see it is released. I'm not lifting it up. I'm just making sure that it's released. Now, all you want to do in here is to grab it and slide it back. Do not yank it upward, otherwise you're going to crack the DIMM. Just pull it backward. And there's your SSD. I would recommend you guys to grab the Samsung 980 and 990, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte. You can place it in here with no problem. All of them, they are the same form factor. As long as your SSD, they are single-sided chip. That means the chips have to be on one side. On the other side, it has to be super flat. So let's say you got the 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte, I would recommend to you guys go. Do not go 4 terabyte. It will work, but it will overheat and you don't have any space to put any heatsink. So up to 2 terabyte is perfectly fine with no heatsink on it. So grab the new SSD. Make sure the notch on the SSD matches the notch on the DIMM. So don't put it the other way around. If you don't want to pay attention to that, just make sure that the RAM chips, every electronic is facing upward. Then bring it down like that and very close to the case, you want to push it inward. And you want to make sure the screw hole is nicely visible and it is aligned. And then all you need to do is to just put the screw on it and tighten it up. And that's it. Once you're done with that, plug back in the battery. If you unplugged it, grab the bottom case, put it over, and push down the corners, the back, the sides. And to finish it off is to put the bottom screws all over the place. And this is how you can add, remove, or replace your storage for your Acer Aspire 315 model. I hope you guys like this video and helped you guys out. If you have any question or requests, feel free to leave them in a video comment. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Just gonna finish up putting up the bottom screws.